Is it a small wedding, big wedding? Have we paid for it?
It's a mid-size wedding, I think.
Okay, cost?
12,000. I put it on a credit card.
The whole thing?
Yeah, there's a couple more expenses that need to be paid for.
Yeah.
So like the cake, and we're gonna add some guests, and that will cost more money.
How many people are going to this thing?
70?
And what's the household debt number?
35,000?
Yeah, 87,741.
You're f***ing kidding.
Nope.
87.
What?
I still want to go to Japan after the wedding.
How? You can't even cash flow a single cent of your wedding. How are you gonna cash flow Japan?
We can just open up a new credit card.
That's not cash flowing it, you dumb
We're not opening
planning.
another card.
It's planning.
You better not.
The credit card grows.
Grows?
Yeah, it's like they give you more money to use it. I'm not crazy. That's a thing.
I didn't
No,
know
you-
Yeah, you can tell he's just ignorant. Like, bro, come on, bro. First of all, $12,000 on a wedding ring, insane. You're not gonna see me spending 12 bands on a wedding ring unless that's like 10% of my income at the time. Another thing is people love to spend money on memories, and that's another problem why weddings are so expensive. Not saying you don't enjoy yourself when you're getting married or when you're at your wedding, but it's like there's this American tradition, and I say tradition because people just blindly move into things without thinking about it. They say, "Oh, we get married," and they just want everything that they ever desired, and there's nothing wrong with that. But hey, if you at the cost of debt, you're paying extra money to people just for a memory. That's an expensive ass memory. We're not talking about the wedding cake, the food for the other people. I have a friend who he's a good friend, but I remember him telling me that the catering was like $10,000 to feed people for one meal. I'm good. First of all, I'm not I don't even have that many friends. First of all, like I got a small circle. You know what I'm saying? Two, what are they eating? That's $10,000. You know what I'm saying? Listen, y'all, eat before you come. It might sound a little ghetto, but I ain't spending $10,000 on people to get full and then they get hungry again in like 5 hours. Like, nah, bro. I'm gonna spend that money on an experience. Me and my wife going on a honeymoon. That's what I'm gonna do. And they can see the Instagram pictures and videos and stuff. They'll experience it. They just gonna experience it scrolling on their phone. Most people scroll on their phone anyway. So, hey, they're not missing out on anything.
There is a disease going around, especially in the Asian community, with spending silly money on weddings. Main symptom being show-off fever. And I got a message from two people recently. Here's what one of them said. 30k in debt. His wife enjoyed her big day, but now they're struggling for money because he's broke. And financial burden is one of the biggest reasons that marriages end in disaster. You wanted a chocolate fountain and a fleet of cars, and instead you got an interest rate and a 10-year repayment plan. The crazy part is that you spent 40k to feed relatives who didn't even like you before the samosas came out. If you have the money, do your thing, go crazy. I know I do. But if you come from a poor background and you can't afford it without loans, don't force yourself to compete with other people. That's not a wedding. That's financial with catering and fireworks. Can we normalize living within our means again? But I want to hear from you guys. You know, should you?
Yeah, most people think living in their means they can afford the payment. We say this a lot of times on the channel when we react to videos like this. People believe because they can afford the payment, they can afford the thing, when that's not the truth. You're affording the payment, and you're affording the payment for a reason. We see it happen all the time with homes, with cars, with no, I can't say apartments, but with things that they can't buy out full in cash. And people think I'm insane for saying that when it's time for me to get a house, I'm paying that thing off in cash. Oh, well, people don't make money like that. Okay, well, what are the people who do make money like that? Where are they hanging out at? Because I need to be around their lunch table. You get what I'm saying? Going into debt over a wedding, impressing people, keeping up with the Joneses. I'm good. I'm good on all of that. I'd even go to the furthest extent and get like fake jewelry. I don't care. Most people don't even know the difference when they look at fake jewelry versus real jewelry. But we know that real jewelry is going to cost a lot more money and people go into debt for that too. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? It's all for a look. That's what most people do. And they get themselves into more debt. And then years down the line, they wonder, man, where's my money? Or the economy flips and they're like, man, groceries and eggs are so high. No, eggs aren't high. Yo ass just in debt. And so now you're penny pinching because you didn't manage your money well and you didn't create assets that work for you and you work for money. And that's the way you pay everything in life. That's a sad way to live, man. I'm good. I'm good. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below.
Did you hear about the man who's considering calling off his whole wedding because his fiancée refuses to sign a prenup after he found out that she has massive credit card debt? So this middle-aged man is meant to be marrying his fiancée in a few months. They've been together for 3 years and engaged for 1. And for most of that time, he genuinely believed they were on the same page about their life values and most importantly, honesty. Now, for background, he's worked really hard to build a stable financial foundation. Now, although he's not wealthy, he does own his home outright and he has no personal debt. And he's been saving and investing since his early 20s. This has been a priority for him, especially since his parents went through a nasty divorce that ruined both of them financially. Now, about a month ago, while they were discussing wedding costs, he brought up a prenup. Not in a cold or controlling way, he just wanted to protect the life that he worked so hard to build. He was upfront with her that he would still be fair and she wouldn't be left out with nothing, and he was expecting to have an adult conversation. But instead, she got immediately defensive. She said things like, "Oh, so you're already planning for a divorce? And I thought we trusted each other." He tried to explain to her that it wasn't about trust. It was about transparency and mutual protection. But she shut it down completely. That's when the red flags started popping up. She became evasive every time money came up. And he started to notice weird things like credit card offers in the mail, a few mispayments on shared expenses that she said she would cover, and lots of, "Oh, I'll handle it later." So he asked her directly if she has debt. She admitted to it. $92,000 in credit card debt. Not student loans, not a mortgage, credit cards. She said it's accumulated over the years from unexpected expenses and a few dumb splurges, but she never told him about any of it until he forced the issue. He was stunned. They were about to merge their lives. This woman was about to legally become his spouse, and she didn't think that he deserved to know that she was 6 figures in debt. He told her that this made the prenup a non-negotiable for him. He needed to protect himself, not just emotionally, but financially. He told her that he was still willing to move forward, but not with something in writing that would protect his premarital assets. She lost it, called him selfish, said that he was turning love into a business deal. She said that his house and money should be hers too, if they're truly a team. Since then, she's refused to talk to him about a prenup, and they're barely even speaking. Even her mother called him and accused him of humiliating her daughter and for being materialistic. All he wants is to not be liable for debt he didn't create, and to make sure that the life he created before this is protected. So now,
In a scenario like this, I 100% agree with the guy. Clearly, because marriage is a business, believe it or not. If you don't think marriage is a business, you've been fooled. It's not about love. You can love somebody without being married to them. Marriage is a business because it's papers that you have to sign that the state in this country recognizes, and then you get certain benefits when you become married. So it's a financial decision, and to have protection is really important, especially if that woman can't handle their money. If she can't handle her own money and she's in debt and she hid it from you, first of all, I'd lose trust. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something important to bring up, but it's just like people are really this trifling that they don't think that a prenup is needed in a marriage to protect their own assets. Oh, you're already planning for a divorce. Listen, people change. I'm not planning to break up with you. I'm not planning to have a divorce. But you know, it's insurance. We got insurance everywhere. When you drive a car, you got airbags. You got car insurance. You got homeowners insurance. You got renter's insurance. Why wouldn't I have insurance on my marriage? God ain't looking down on me because I did that. It ain't a sin. It ain't the end of the world. I'm not cheating. But, you know, women gonna get mad about that. Oh, a prenup. What you trying to say? I want a prenup. You know what I'm saying? What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you like the content.
In case the world made you forget, going into debt for your wedding is not normal. Paying $300 a month for a gym membership is not normal. Traveling internationally every year is not normal. And buying lunch at your 9 to 5 every day is not normal.
That's insane. Yeah, going into debt for a wedding. $300 gym membership, never heard of that. That's insane. Going out to eat every day? Yeah, that ain't normal either. But again, people follow these traditions, having an expensive wedding, buying their woman, their wife, their fiance, a ring that they have to go in debt for, the wedding cake, the catering, the event, feeding people. I'm like, when did this become a thing? To owe people more money than what you borrowed in order to have an experience. You're literally a slave to the person you owe money to. I hope you know that. I rest my case. If you like these type of videos, make sure you subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. We out.